Hey, what's up? How's everyone doing today? We're going to finish the Hillmar High School registration, do an entry activity, then we're going to start potential energy. So on this video lesson, though, we're not going to do any of the registration stuff. Let me do this. This pink paper is due today. If you do not have it for some reason, or you don't have it signed, or whatever the case is, you're at home, make sure to get this turned in. Again, make sure to get this turned in, okay? So that's all I can say about that. So make sure to get that turned in to the Hillmar High School counseling office, okay? Yeah, that's really all I got to say about the registration. As far as in class, we're going to get these papers turned in, and then we're going to actually enter some of this registration in. And again, if you're not here, we can get it entered in for you, but you just need to make sure to get this paper in, because this paper will tell them what to enter in. Well, at this point, we've gone through the whole high school registration process. I just want to give you guys two things. Number one, please make sure that, whoa, hold on, you continue to dream about your future. So hopefully you haven't been just thinking about high school, but you've been thinking about like what's beyond high school and dreaming like, what is it I want to be? What am it that I'm interested in? Try things. Now I saw some students, I'm going to keep it real, who just signed up for what their friends signed up for. And I'm just like, that's not a good way to go, because your friend likes that stuff, but you may or may not like that stuff. So make sure that you sign up for the things that you're interested in, because the more interest you can discover and be like, I like this, or you know what, I don't really like this. Like that information will help you as you're navigating and dreaming about your future. Number two, finish strong. Make sure to lock in. That's one of these things that is going on, is that you need to finish this trimester on a good note, because whatever habits that you have currently, those are probably the habits you're going to have when you're in a high school classroom in 5 months. So if you're in the habit of not doing your work, turning in work late, giving the minimum effort, I'm like, yo, step it up. You don't have to be that student. You can be the best version of you as a student as possible. I'm like, change your habits. So in the next 10 weeks, I'm like, work on that. Work on changing your habits. Work on being the person who's organized. Work on being the person who's turning in all their work. I told some students straight up, I looked to their face, I just said, hey, you got to stop giving the minimum effort. You're always looking to cut corners, and you think that that's okay with school, but you're not thinking like, oh, that's the habit I'm going to get into. If you owned a business and you were always known as that person who cut corners, am I going to come to your business? No, because I want a person who does the rest. I want a person who does all the work. Right? If you had a boss and the boss saw you and they was looking and they was like, this person always taking the easiest route. They don't fully do things. They only do the minimum. You think they're going to want to hire you? No. That's why I'm like, yo, you got to get out of these habits, because these habits you're building is the way you're going to move about life. So just understand that. So, cool. I want you to take a moment, and we're not going to do that on this video, to pause this video and then boom, check Canvas. Make sure that your CER is turned in. That's what I'm going to start grading next, the CER for the roller coaster. And then check your Aries and check your Gmail. Make sure that everything is good for this first week of the third trimester. We're now heading into the second week. All right, cool. We're not going to take time to check that. Pause the screen, get everything done here. Pause the screen and get everything done. Hopefully you did pause the screen. If you didn't, do that now. Get this in your journal. Get everything written up. Hopefully you listed what electives you have, and hopefully you're happy about the electives that you chose. And you chose ones that you really like. And high school gives you some of that area where now you can make some choices and pursue things that you really are passionate about. How are you feeling about your future? Hopefully you're feeling well. I was thinking about my future a little bit and being like, I got to start getting myself together, because I believe I am ready to start pursuing my master's degree. I believe I'm like ready. I had to take a little bit of a break. I've been in school a lot, but I think I am ready. So I'm going to start looking into a program. As a matter of fact, I got the flyer like right over here, but I'm going to start looking into a few programs and see which one is going to fit for me. Now, what goes up but never comes down? What goes up but never comes down? Someone said a balloon, but definitely your age. Age goes up, but it does not come down. All right, on to the last few things for today. So we're going to talk about potential energy, and hopefully you have the definition for potential energy. What is it? Hopefully you said something like, energy that can do something. Hopefully you said something along the lines stored energy or energy that is stored. So that is potential energy. Remember, we went over that definition, but potential energy shouldn't be too crazy of some concepts because we've already done kinetic energy, and kinetic energy and potential energy are really interlocked there. So again, potential energy is stored energy. By the way, on the quiz we're going to have next week, guaranteed that's going to be on there. Okay, cool. What is energy in the general sense? By the way, this also will be on the quiz. What is energy in the general sense? And hopefully you said something like this. Energy is about the ability to do work. Now, there are different types of energy, right? But again, energy is just about the ability to do work, and there's all kinds of different types of energy, and we kind of went over some of these, right? And one of the ones we just finished looking at was kinetic energy, and now we're going to be looking at potential energy. And guess what? How do I get energy? What are some like ways or things of potential energy? Here's a question. Is this cup of coffee, is this potential energy in here? What do you guys think? Yes, there is potential energy in this cup of coffee. That's why people drink it, right? They drink it to get what? Energy. So there's potential energy in this cup of coffee, right? But I've got to drink it, and then my digestive systems, right? What kind of energy is it using on here? Some people were like thermal, nuclear, no, they didn't say gravitational, but then they came to the idea that it's chemical energy, right? So first of all, coffee is a chemical. You probably don't think of it that way, but coffee is a chemical. And as soon as I start to drink the coffee, then chemicals are being released in my body to digest this and break it apart so that we can extract the energy out of it to use it. And now as I'm moving around and talking and doing all these things, like I'm turning some of that energy into sonic energy, because that's this sound that's coming out that you're hearing. I'm turning some of it into kinetic energy as I'm moving around. Some of it is to thermal energy as I'm like trying to warm up and my body's trying to keep me warm. So again, my body is turning some of it, it is turning into electrical energy, because that's how your heart beats and your nervous system works, right? So your body is taking the potential energy inside of this chemical, breaking it down, and then turning it into all different types of energy, which is super wild, right, to be thinking about. All right, and that is it for today. All right, y'all. Peace.